Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, my parents and they're my house, my rules. An entitled family threw firecrackers at me and my brother. Why can't my parents do the basics? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My parents and they're my house, my rules. Hello? I need experiences, opinions, and maybe advices. I'll try to make it short. It concerns my parents and my boyfriend. My boyfriend, 22, and I, 19, are together since 5 months ago. We live far from each other, 1 to 2 hours, but we see each other every weekend. It started from a few hours, 1 day a week, to every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We've been together for 5 months only, but everything is perfect. He loves and respects me a lot. Nothing has been more perfect than being with him. I know I've found happiness. I already met his parents, and I see them regularly when I go to his house. They love me a lot. I even text his mom occasionally. He also met my parents, but only once. It went well, and they liked him. But now, I'm not sure they do. So I said that I see my boyfriend every week, starting with a few hours, to now every weekend sleeping at his place. Since more than a month ago, I spend the weekend with him and at his place for 2 reasons. We don't see each other that much, so we want to spend more time together. He lives in the countryside where it is peaceful. But my parents, especially my mom, don't like that I spend the weekend at his house. She told me a lot of things. You're only 19, you're acting like you can do whatever you want. Aren't you ashamed to bother his family every weekend? Thing is, his parents want me to sleep over at their house every weekend, and they support the relationship with my boyfriend and spend more time together. If he leaves you, what will you do? You two are not married for you to sleep at his place. My house, my rules, exactly what she said. I even got threats by message from her telling me that once I come back to them, my parents, my life will only get bad, and that I should put that on my mind. Never thought she would go that far, but I'm not surprised. I know my parents want me to sleep at home where they know I'm safe, but we barely talk to each other when I come back. Even way before I sleep at my boyfriend's house. So I don't see the point to come back home on Saturday if I see him again the next day. My dad is more cool with me. He doesn't get angry, but he doesn't listen to me too. He takes my mom's side. My mom has always been protective and she restricts me a lot, even to my sister when she was younger. I barely could go out with my friends, and when I did, I had to give names and numbers to her. Never went partying/clubbing before last month as well. Sleepovers at my friends' houses she knew for years were also hard to get. I always ask her, but I get a no every time, where she would say yes but get passive aggressive. If I dared to decide or do things without telling her, she would get mad and angry at me. And since I have a boyfriend, I told myself that I should decide by myself and stop being my mom's dog. That's what I've been doing for a few months now, and I don't regret any decisions I made because I'm happier like that. We also might move out together next year because his parents will sold the house, but they would eventually rent it for my boyfriend and I. Nothing's sure yet, but it's most likely to happen. It will be hard to talk about it to my parents. But this situation where my mom keeps controlling or whatever she does to me, I need to get rid of it. Any similar situations, experiences? Or any advices, please? Thank you for reading this. You are an adult, so are free to do as you wish. It may be time to consider moving out from home away from your mother's toxic attitude. So her mother wants to live her life and her daughter's life too, that's why she's being so controlling. It's time for you to think about moving out, because until you do, she's going to be this hovering pain in the ass mother. She knows she's losing control. They only ever use that line when their grip starts slipping on you. You being away from home means tasting freedom, and she knows that. This line is a bit rich though. You're only 19, you're acting like you can do whatever you want. Since 19 is a year older than 18, the legal age of adulthood, I'd say you have absolutely the right to do whatever you want. Have a talk with BF's parents and see if they come up with any solutions, since they are the sensible ones in this situation. Only tell your parents when your decision is made so they can't stop you. Make sure you have all your documents too, birth cert, SSN, in case your mom decides to be extra, and hide them from you. Because once you're out, then you can really do what you want. You're an adult now, move out. She's not just entitled, she sounds manipulative and just wants to control you. If he leaves you, what will do you? Wow, classy. You are 19 and living in her home, so she does get some say. I would be working as much as you can now to save money for when you move out. Also, you are young, so make sure you do not make your boyfriend everything. I would stay home one weekend a month and try to do things with other friends. An entitled family threw firecrackers at me and my brother. Down below are some things that you need to know to understand this post. The Festival of Diwali. Loom, as a type of firecracker. How looms work, the firecracker. Okay, so for the people who did not find loom as in a type of firecrackers, it is a rectangle-shaped crackers with a fuse. Once you light the fuse, it explodes its miniature capsule. In one loom it happens about 10 to 15 times. Now about this family. They are usually very quiet during festivals. They have a child of about 5 years old. We here in India celebrate it like it is 4th of July but on steroids. While me, my friends and my family were bursting crackers, they told us to get away straight to our face while they were bursting looms near cars instead of the open area. If you can't tell, it is a fire hazard. After confronting them, they started throwing looms at me, my friends and my brother. Before you ask, yes, we did tell our parents and other elders. Still, the family would not stop. When I got like 30 feet near them to get more crackers, they threw a loom at me. I obviously ran, and when I stopped, my phone fell out of my pocket and cracked. The same thing happened to my brother, but instead he got hurt badly. After the day ended, they nearly got evicted. There's always one idiot at Diwali who thinks throwing crackers is a good idea. I knew someone who would throw crackers, the kind that go boom, from their 3rd floor balcony. That's assault with a deadly weapon, and if I was a landlord, I kicked them out in a heartbeat. We tried to evict them, and it is in the process. Nearly evicted? Instead of 5 years of arrest to the parents? They didn't even got kicked out? Why can't my parents do the basics? I'm a 14-year-old girl, and I've been going through a lot in my life, but today my anger is getting worse. My mother, 50 years old, woman, and my stepfather, 47 years old, man, have been complaining to me about everything. I have a twin sister, who she acts like a young Karen, I would say. She's the kind of person that if you complain about her in front of her, she'll play the victim, and she also doesn't give anyone the slightest bit of privacy. I was quiet in my room talking to my half-brother. My sister comes in and I rudely wait her out because it's not the first time she's done this, and I was in a serious matter between me and my half-brother. We were venting to each other. Suddenly I get a notification from my mom saying, "Why can't your sister join the conversation?" I tell her to be quiet. Stop excluding your sister. I took a deep breath and replied that the problem wasn't that she didn't talk, but that she listened, so my sister left the room after I insisted so much. It doesn't even pass 5 minutes, she comes back to my room doing the same and complaining, only now she starts sending stupid things on my WhatsApp, and I ask her to stop, but she doesn't stop. I get angry again and ask her to leave, but she starts correcting my speech and doesn't leave, so I curse her and push her out of the room. Suddenly, I hear a small repeated knock on my door. At this moment, I need to let you know that I am autistic level 1 support. I have a high hearing sensitivity, and sometimes some repetitive sounds bother me, such as knocks on the door, chalk on the board, noises of pens with brush tips passing on the paper, some more. I open the door, it's my sister's mini Karen banging on wood who holds the door with a sad face. I get pissed off and go to my mom to complain. So what happens this? Mother, I'm going to talk to your sister. Me, okay. Come into her room, me, my sister's Karen, my mother and my stepfather, I'll name him Rui for how long? Rui, every day I can't take it anymore, my mother is already in the hospital almost dying, I'm already tired, you don't have sympathy with us, don't you? Mom, every weekend you guys fighting, we're in trouble enough, y'all just getting worse. Rui, next tantrum I'm going to sleep in the hospital with my mom, because at least there I have peace, I haven't slept in 3 days. They lecture upon sermon, especially on me. The conversation ends, I go to my room and I just want to punch everything, my sister's face, or something else. Every day, they complain that I talk badly about my sister, and I don't trust them and I don't tell them anything, but because I would tell things to someone who ruined all my trust in her, thinks I don't deserve privacy, always complains about me when my sister does something wrong and I get the blame in the situation for complaining about her. They complain about my own sister to me all the time, but I can't complain about her? Then it gets difficult. I'm sorry for the long text, I'm just angry and hurt, I needed to say this to someone, my best option was Reddit. You might try leaving your room and going to quietly hang out with your parents, if that's an option. Just sit near them, it doesn't have to be in the same room. And start being quiet/silent when your siblings try to start something. Go quiet and relocate near your parents. It's hard to argue or react to silence. Let your sibling give up, then go back to your room. Repeat as often as necessary. Just relocate. Until they give up. Again and again. Parents love silence. Let the others piss them off. Absolutely sage advice. I'm sorry you feel angry and hurt, but as a mother of 4 girls, I can tell you the bickering is exhausting. Not to mention you said your stepdad is losing his mother, that's very difficult. What basics are you wanting them to do? The story is so rambled I couldn't really follow what's going on at all. But it sounds like your parents are exhausted by you and your sister's behavior and bickering? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.